Okay, today's movie is The Three Musketeers, the 1973 action-adventure comedy drama directed by Richard Lester, starring Michael York, Raquel Welch, Frank Finlay, Oliver Reed, Richard Chamberlain, Christopher Lee, Charlton Heston, and Faye Dunaway. Aspiring swordsman D'Artagnan leaves his country home for the big city with hopes of becoming a musketeer, and along the way he's swept up in royal intrigue, romance, action, and danger. The Three Musketeers is really everything you want light-hearted entertainment to be. It's lush, lovely to look at, fun, exciting, and star-studded. This is one of those films in which the plot is kind of secondary. It doesn't really matter what it's about. It's more about the enjoyment of seeing the film stars running around, sword fighting, having adventures and romance in wonderful costumes and fantastic locations. The evocation of the French historical period setting in this film is really wonderful. It is filled with quirkiness and charm and so many amazing and funny little details. It's like a Bruegel painting come to life. But one of the chief points of interest for me in watching the film this time around was in seeing British comedy legend Spike Milligan sharing screen time with acting heavyweights like Charlton Heston and Christopher Lee. This wonderful balance between comedy and drama is exactly what gives the film its remarkably light and quirky tone. Raquel Welch is another performer who gives a fine comedic performance in this movie, and it's really nice to see her being given a chance to be something other than decorative in this movie. The great Roy Kinnear also appears in a supporting role, and he really adds to this film's comedy pedigree. Roy Kinnear actually had a long association with director Richard Lester, and sadly this was an association which would lead to Roy Kinnear's untimely death during an accident filming a Musketeers sequel. And this tragic incident led to Richard Lester leaving the film industry for good. Richard Lester is probably best known today for his anarchic films with the Beatles, and I was really interested to learn that The Three Musketeers was originally intended to be a vehicle for the Beatles. It's interesting to imagine what this might have been like, but the cast that the film ended up with is so great that I don't think anyone could have surpassed them. But if you like those Beatles movies, Help and A Hard Day's Night, Richard Lester really brings that same effervescent and playful energy to this film. And Richard Lester is aided by a spirited script by George MacDonald Fraser, who is the author of the Flashman novels. It's really hard to single out any one of the ensemble cast in this film because they are all fantastic, but I did really love seeing Christopher Lee in this film. He looks fantastic in the period costume, and it's so nice to see him in a role outside of the horror genre. If I have one slightly weird qualm with this movie, it is that the female stars all seem to lack eyebrows, like they've bleached their eyebrows or shaved them off or something. I don't know if this is accurate to the historical setting of the film, but it looks really odd. That minor qualm aside though, I have to say that the amazingly impressive historical buildings and locations used in the film really add to the considerable charms of this movie. If you are looking for some escapist fun done on a grand scale, The Three Musketeers is a highly entertaining romp that anyone of any age could enjoy. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope I will see you next time. Bye.